There have been plenty of NBA rookies exciting this season, and Aj Griffin is one of them. He's quietly showing that he can become a future star. Aj is someone that isn't mentioned a whole lot amongst the best rookies, but he's showing everybody he's legit. Let's take a look at how Aj Griffin has been showing out this season. The Atlanta Hawks lost in quite horrible fashion in the playoffs last season, with little help for Trae Young. So coming draft night, you'd hope they'd find some extra scoring for the future, and that's exactly what they found with Griffin. Aj is a guard that has massive scoring upside, although all the time he hasn't been extremely consistent showing it. At Duke he showed this, and he shot the lights out at about 45% from 3. That's pretty impressive. At some points in college he was mocked as high as the number 4 pick, but he eventually dropped due to previous knee injury concerns in high school and defensive worries. It looks like Aj has his athleticism back though. Look at what he did to Joel Embiid a few nights ago. Yeah, he looks pretty good. Being selected number 16, Aj addressed a massive need for the Hawks, which was wing scoring. But I wasn't sure how many minutes he'd actually end up playing this season. Early in the season, he was barely playing, only getting garbage time minutes or sometimes even getting DNPs or barely even cracking the rotation. This all changed though after a game against the Milwaukee Bucks just a few weeks ago. On November 11th versus the Bucks, Griffin erupted for his best NBA game yet, putting up a career-high 24 points off the bench. This came on a night where Trae Young was injured, so Aj got a bit more opportunity, playing 31 minutes this game. Versus the Bucks, Griffin was aggressive. He was hitting shots from 3, from mid-range, and he was getting to the bucket, scoring in every way possible. After this display, the Hawks had no choice but to give him some minutes, and that's exactly what they did. Ever since that game versus the Bucks, Aj has been getting consistent minutes on a championship contending Hawks roster. After getting so many DNPs at the start of the season, Aj is now firmly in the rotation, even when the Hawks are healthy. And in his last 3 games, Aj has cracked double figures in points, putting up 17, 17, and 12, including a game-winning buzzer beater against the Raptors in his first of those 17-point games. Overall this season, Griffin is averaging 9 points, shooting 51% from the field and 39% from 3. That's not too shabby for a rookie, only playing about 14 games this season. Despite Griffin's recent rise, not a whole lot has been said about him this season, which is pretty puzzling. So what kind of skills make Aj Griffin a future NBA star? Griffin is already showing he's got the skills to be a lethal scorer, and at minimum a lethal bench scorer. He's a fantastic shooter and has shown flashes of his shot creation. In college, the knock on Aj was that he wasn't a great defender and his shot creating was not exactly developed yet. So far in a Hawks uniform, he's not extremely prolific on defense, but he's been a lot better than advertised. What people were saying was like he wasn't even able to be on a floor, that's how bad he was on defense. But that's definitely not been true. He has all the tools to be great defensively as well. Long wingspan, low center of gravity, and he's big. It seems like defense is something that will eventually come in his career. As far as his shot creating, he's been pretty decent. He's got a good 3-point shot, of course, and he's able to get it off there. He's pretty good in the mid-range with his pull-up game, and attacking the basket, he's been not too bad as he's gaining his athleticism back. But getting to the basket is probably where he needs the most work to develop his offensive game. He also needs to improve his shot selection. As I've iterated with many young guys in the league, too often Griffin settles for contested jumpers and threes. If he can start using his big frame to get to the bucket more, it'll be pretty scary. Aj clearly has the potential to be a serious two-way wing in the league, who can still put up 20 a night. This kind of guy is someone everybody wants on their roster. Unfortunately, he hasn't been getting the praise and media attention I believe he deserves. This is probably due to the fact that he's had a really steady improvement, and it hasn't been something that's been very quick of a rise that any kind of media would pick up on. He's also not too cocky, and he's a pretty quiet guy. He doesn't command all the lights and cameras that are flashing all the time. He just wants to play his game and let his game do the talking. AJ is someone destined to keep improving through this season and his career. I mentioned before this season, I thought he was one of the steals of the draft. So far, he's proven me right, and he's quickly showing that he'll quietly rise and become a future star in the NBA. If you enjoyed this video, you can check out my latest video right here. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and as always, stay rested. See you in the next one.